So traction. I mentioned that early on. Traction can be an issue when we are inside, and it's different, right? I mean, it is completely different. So once you've made sure that your floors are clean, a couple of things you can do is indoor shoes. Typically volleyball or basketball shoes. However, there are squash shoes, there are racquetball shoes, and I didn't know this, but somebody asked me about shoes last week, and they asked about table tennis shoes. Yeah, I didn't know they made them, but I did a little research on table tennis shoes, and it sounds like the table tennis shoes would do really well for this as well, for indoor pickleball, because all of those shoes are made for lateral motion. So that's why we want to make sure that if we're moving inside, we still want to have a court shoe that's made for lateral motion. Typically, I play with volleyball shoes. It has a little bit different tread. It's made for the softer floor, made for the hardwood floor. Now, I'm often asked, can I use my outdoor tennis shoes inside? Yes. Mine don't have the best traction inside. I get better traction out from the volleyball shoe than I do from the outdoor tennis shoe. But you don't want to revert to a running shoe or anything like that. Make sure it's an indoor court shoe. And make sure the sole is clean. One of the things that I do before I leave for the courts is I take a cloth and wipe down the soles of the shoes so that they are nice and clean. When I get to the courts, you're going to get more traction from that. Typically, you will see, speaking of traction, typically you will see at courts, basketball courts, like a blue pad, and it's a sticky pad. It's large, very large, and players, when they're playing basketball, will step on that sticky pad, and that sticky pad pulls the dirt off the sole of the shoe to give the shoe some added traction. So you may see those at your courts. That's what they're for. There's another little device, and I thought I was having trouble with my tech before I got on here, so I didn't. I was going to have my shoe here. Court grabbers. I did a video on this, and I'll put a link down below. It's a little device. It's about that big. It's a little black device that you put on the laces of your shoe, and you put a solution onto that little device, and then you wipe your sole on the top of your other shoe. So you're actually taking the bottom of one shoe and wiping it across this little device that's affixed to the top of your other shoe. It works really well. I love court grabbers, and I did a video about that I think a year or two ago. I'll put a link down in the show notes below if you want to see more information on that. But if you're having traction issues at your courts, make sure that you are looking at the soles of your shoes.